Hey guys, it's been raining on and off, and I didn't want to go back into the sun because I seem to be having some kind of an allergic reaction to the sun and this bumpy, weird rash on my arms, and it's itchy, and I'm not happy about it, but I know that going into the sun is probably not the best thing for me to do. So anyway, on the porch here, got the Intercoastal, and it is so much fun to watch the boats as they go by. And not just the boats, but there is a park across the street, and you never know what you're going to see there. Some of you who have been watching me for a few years might recall a couple years ago when I was filming from the pool area, and we watched somebody actually fall or jump into the water and had to be rescued, and it was crazy. So you never know, but people fall in the water. This is actually an area where they can go fast. It's not a no-wake zone, so you see them flying by. Sometimes you see them get pulled over by the police. There's just always something fun and maybe scary and maybe crazy happening. So, yeah, it's not that hot today. We just had a spate of a few storms, but other than that, the weather's been pretty nice. Only I can't go out in the sun. If you are just coming on, I was mentioning that I seem to have developed some kind of an allergy to the sun, and I've got a rash on my arms, and it's itchy, and I think it's from getting too much sun too fast. Because, when you're not in the sun all the time, and when I go out at the farm, I've got to cover up because of the mosquitoes. So, all right, here come a few jet skis. It's not about even what you see. Sometimes it's who you see. Sometimes you could see celebrities. Sometimes you could see your neighbors. You could see over, and you can hear them too. They're often screaming when they're on jet skis. No, it's hard through the screen. But believe me, it's a lot easier for me to do my show from behind this screen because there are bugs out there, believe it or not. But it is fun to watch the people on the boats and the jet skis, etc., etc. Yeah, I never had a sun allergy before. As you guys know, tanning is one of the things that I do best. So I was a little bit dismayed, but not surprised, because you can't just, go out into the sun after several months of not much exposure and, act like it's no big deal. I should have been more careful. I'm staying out of the sun. I am. I promise. That's why I'm here behind a screen on a porch where I'm safe. And I will go out as soon as the sun starts to go down at 5, maybe 6. Then we'll have a couple of hours before sunset. Hey, Maria. Sorry, I haven't been saying hello to people. I know you guys like it when I do that. So one thing I really want to do is get a boogie board. I want to get in the water and ride waves so badly. You have no idea. Hi, Roslyn. Yeah, you're right about the vitamin D thing, Melanie. It's very, very important. So while I have you watching and waiting for a big boat or some kind of crazy chase scene to go by, I wanted to talk to you about things that are going on and not in the news, but that you might be hearing from a variety of sources saying that, shit's gonna go down. Now, we've been hearing this for several years, haven't we? Arrests and, the letter of the alphabet that I must not mention. So, all sorts of dire predictions, and, it's really hard to continue to hear these warnings and make sure that you stock up, and then nothing happens, which, on the one hand, I guess is good when nothing happens, but at the same time, our government has clearly been hijacked. When they insist that there was absolutely no more fair election than the one that just happened. I mean, we're not stupid. And we have to realize that there were way more of us than there are of them. So we are the heartbeat of this country. And we are far outnumbering those who don't understand what is at stake. I think it's always good to have supplies like water and, everything you need to survive, at least a week without electricity or whatever. I think it's really good to have a generator. I think it's important to have things that, that you could anticipate for any kind of an event. It could be weather, it could be anything. We all need to be prepared for whatever happens. So, I'm not one of those people who are saying that, something is imminent in the next 24 hours. No, I don't know that. I don't know, but exactly. You guys know that there are more of us than there are of them. That's why I keep thinking in Texas. How did those Democrats even think they're going to get away with their behavior? Because they rigged that election so hard. And fact checkers, this is not my opinion. This is a fact. It's a fact. So if my videos get flagged for false information, I don't know, that I'm giving real information. Oh, we're getting some boat traffic now. And here comes the water taxi, the famous Fort Lauderdale water taxi. I probably won't be able to repost this video on YouTube. They get mad when you tell the truth. It's difficult, it's really hard for me not to run my mouth. But I've been a journalist in this country for more than 30 years, more than 3 decades. And what I'm watching, it's not normal. There's the famous water taxi. And speaking of running my mouth, well, I said that Ray was cancer-free, and unfortunately, I didn't really understand what that meant. It meant that he did not get any new cancer. That the cancer that was in his spine and his bones, it is still there. But thank God it has not spread. So that's the good news that we got. I'm, embarrassed that I got that wrong, but sometimes you hear what you want to hear. Oh, when is Lindell's 3-day symposium, Melanie? I love that Mike Lindell. And it's just really sad that people on the right who are speaking the truth are being painted as crazy. I was watching an interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and boy, they have her painted as some kind of nutty Q conspiracy, pitchfork carrying white nationalist Nazi woman. And she is so reasonable and so even keeled. It couldn't be further from the truth. We've got a big boat and a little boat. The little boat looks a little like they know the people in the big boat. Perhaps they are friends. But she is really a fantastic speaker and so honest. And when she speaks her truth, you understand, and then she's so frustrated when she has to defend herself against these insane, stupid questions from the media who are just trying to catch her and paint her as a crazy woman. It's not right. But she is fantastic. So, no, she's not afraid of the evilness, Paul. You're right. So she is one to watch if you haven't really paid any attention to her. And I hadn't. I don't know why. I don't think I was letting them get to me because I know better, but I really had never heard her going toe-to-toe with the media. And the first time I heard that, I was really impressed. What a fighter. What a truth seeker. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for the prayers for Ray's health. Thank you so much. I think it is important that we all pray for each other. At this point, we are under siege. Our good name has been smeared by Marxists and communists, which it's all the same thing. Children being raised, taught to hate each other just because of the color of their skin. Marxist ideology, teaching the opposite of the truth. Everything good is bad and everything bad is good. But yeah, Donna, prayers are so important. So very important. And, the more that you believe, the better the praying works. The more that you understand, look, we've got a little fairy in here in the frame. The Tinkerbell. So I hear a helicopter. Sometimes it's crazy when you change location and you get different sounds and falling asleep to the sound of the Intracoastal and the sound of the boats going by and the water slapping against the sidewall, the seawall, that is. I lived that way for several years. I know, Suzanne, the boats do look like fun. But I must say, it is very fun to watch the boats go by. I'm surprised that there aren't more boats on the beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hi, Buff. Let's see, what else did I want to talk to you about? No, I do not live here. This is my roommate's condo, my old roommate's condo. But I live on the farm now. However, she will always need a dog sitter, and I will always oblige. So, and you guys, please stop asking me my location. Let's just enjoy the day. We're watching the Intercoastal. It doesn't matter where I am. You know, it is a dangerous world out there in a lot of ways, and I hate to even say that, because I think when you say something negative, that can bite you in the butt, you know, and you attract negative things. So I just want to be safe, and I just want to be able to talk to you like I used to. I see there are 47 people on right now, which is really cool, because I just started this page, like a month and a half ago, maybe, under dire circumstances at the farm, where I literally have the worst internet. Those of you who are familiar with HughesNet, I share your pain. It's a nightmare. It's so expensive, and the service is really bad. So yeah, the South Florida, Beverly. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I'm not snapping at you. It is a scary world out there in a lot of ways, and I certainly have my share of haters and trolls and people who I throw into the alligator swamp. Here I throw them into the canal, into the Intercoastal. But exactly, Paul. There is a class of people who are hell-bent on destroying people like me. It's really sad. Well, hello, Linda. Everybody say hi to Linda Chismar. She went to high school with me. Actually, I think we went to middle school together. Maybe we even went to grade school. No, I think it was middle school. And you know what? That's what this life is about. That's what the experience of living is. It's not owning things. It's not, certain trappings of wealth. It is about who you love and how much you are loved. What is that? The Wizard of Oz. You're not judged by who you love, how much you are loved, but how much you are loved by others. I can't get that quote quite right. You know, it's at the end. Look at all the people on the boat. Makes me want to be a person on a boat. It does look like so much fun. So wherever you are watching from, if you just want to take a minute and hang out with us on the Intercoastal here in South Florida, hop on a jet ski with this guy. Whoa. He doesn't know that he's on the beach report. Hope he doesn't fall off his jet ski. He's not going very fast. I always loved being on boats. I always loved being in the water. I always loved being in the ocean. I always had a thing for the ocean. Another really slow jet ski. What's up with that? Aren't you supposed to go fast on those things? I think some of the most fun times of my life have been on boats. People don't swim in here on purpose, let's put it that way. But people fall in the water every now and then. I've seen it happen. You don't want to swim in this water. It's really dirty. And Fort Lauderdale actually has been grappling with a sewer system situation. And you all know how disgusting that can be. So, and there are also a possibility of wild animals, including sharks. I'm not sure that I've never seen a shark in the Intercoastal, but it happens. It happens. There's a lot of critters. There's somebody flying in. Yeah. Fun, fun, fun. Ooh, now they're stopping. Oh, so there is a bridge over there. I guess the wake zone starts over there. Wait, does that sign say no wake zone? I can't read it. Hi, Christine. Remember when all the boats had Trump signs on them? Oh, yes, indeed they did. Yeah, I have a great view. That means you have a great view, too. I'm so glad you found me as well, Ellen. And you never know what you'll see in the park. Do you guys remember, if you've been following me for a while, when we watched a couple fighting? At one point, I called the police. It was pretty serious. Oh, wow, Beverly. So that Champagne Towers, is it Champagne or Champlain? Anyway, the Surfside condo collapse. I was so triggered by that event. I felt like 911 all over again. 9/11. 911, what am I saying? It seemed like a 9/11 situation. Let's just put it that way. The way that the building fell, one and then the other, and pancaked, and man, I really, that was tough. Ellen, you remember the boatman? Yeah. And the boatman died, fell over the side. God rest the soul of the boatman. His name was Jamie. I don't know how suspicious it was. He was known to urinate over the edge of the boat, and not known by me, but apparently the neighbors were noticing that. And he was also known to be a notorious drunk, and just completely blotto all the time. So it's really not a stretch to imagine him knocking himself out by falling over the edge of the boat trying to do his business. As they say, shit happens. Sorry. It's maybe not the most appropriate joke, but I'm not always appropriate. Sorry, guys. The guy at the keys. Jerry. Yeah, Jerry. He's dealing with some life changes, a divorce, and from an ex-wife, and I'm just going to reserve judgment on everything because, you don't know unless you know, and I don't know. I just know that Jerry has been through hell, and I haven't heard from him in a while. He was keeping touch there, and then he just kind of like dropped out, and I think he's just going through a really rough time. I do want to reach out to him. Thank you for reminding me about him. They're putting chemicals into everything. You mentioned chemicals in the sky. Well, there's chemicals in your water, and there's chemicals in your food, and there's chemicals in your soil that comes from the acid rain or whatever chemicals are coming out of the sky. You know what's really amazing, though, is how resilient we are, how we get bombarded with all these chemicals and still we live, and still we carry on. And people seem relatively healthy, which I think is a testimonial to the resilience and strength of the human body. So, I'm going to go with that. And if they really are trying to depopulate us all, well, let the chips fall where they may. But, I don't think they can do these things without our agreement. And you agree every time that you fall for their lies and that you believe their BS stories, you're agreeing with them. When you do things that are really stupid, like locking yourself away and not getting fresh air and sunshine and eating plastic food and drinking out of plastic bottles and taking their plastic drugs wrapped in plastic. So, Debsy, are you asking about Chris? I don't know. I left the Fort Lauderdale scene. I'm out of it. I'm done. The whole COVID thing, Ray's illness, everything. I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to know. Quite frankly. I did what I could. I gave everybody their start and I cooked everybody up, and it's up to them to make their own journey work for them or not. That's what I do. Oh, but if I haven't been to a store yet, I don't like to shop. I don't really like to go out. Next time I go to a store, I will look for Diet Right, but tell you the truth, I'm not even that crazy to buy things that are processed in cans and drinks and, water. I buy it in these bottles because the water at the farm is not really potable, and then I filter it. Even if it comes from a water bottle and Nestle or, Florida's Spring or whatever, it's a municipal water source. And just the fact that you're drinking it from a plastic bottle means that it could have plastic in the water and you're going to ingest that plastic. And you eat a lot of plastic and you don't even realize it. But put plastic in its place. It's not food. So my advice is, if you're going to eat or if you're going to drink spring water, please always filter it. quiet here, but I hear a boat coming. Yeah, water in bottles. It is a total money-making scam, as is a lot of things. Oh, that's cute. Look across. We have a mom on a bike with their kids. It's easier for me to see through the screen than it is for the camera, but yeah, I don't like artificial sweeteners as well. I gave those up many, many years ago when I learned that Sweet and Low actually got its debut as rat poison. That was all I had to hear. So I like water and I like tea, and I make green tea a lot, and I like the different herbal teas, dandelion root and turmeric. I'm putting that in everything, and it's staining my glasses yellow all the time, but whatever, it's supposed to be good for you. I've also become a huge fan of chia seeds, so I'll give you my chia chia yogurt recipe, actually, and then I'll give you my chia pudding recipe. Okay, so if you guys like chia, and I just love it, it adds a little more texture to your food. It's, a little bit crunchy, kind of chewy. It's just, chia is a special kind of seed. So anyway, look for the chia seed and try it out. Here's my recipe. You buy plain yogurt. Do not ever buy yogurt that's flavored. It's so much sugar poured into that stuff. You think that it's healthy, even if it then says no sugar, then it's artificial sweetener. So buy the plain yogurt, buy the whole milk yogurt, buy the non-fat if you prefer. I buy the whole milk because I like to do kind of keto-based dieting. Not that I am really on a keto diet right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, I love yogurt. So get your plain yogurt, and I buy frozen fruits. The berry medley is great. Whatever kind of fruit that you like. Usually stick to berries. Berries are very heart healthy. They're also really low on the glycemic index, so they're not going to spike your blood sugar, but they're sweet and so tasty. So get a bunch of berries and put them in the microwave, and frozen berries. And so I like to I don't have a microwave at the farm. I've been taking advantage of the fact that I can use one here. But anyway, you get the berries and you defrost them, cut up the strawberries, make it kind of mashy, and add that to the yogurt. And then on top of that, add a few tablespoons of chia seeds. And I don't know if you like flax seeds. I love flax seeds. It adds a really nice, also it's a texture and a lot of protein and really healthy. So I'll throw in flax seeds. I just bought an herb grinder, so I grind up the flax seeds because apparently you can't really get any nutrition out of them unless they are ground up and not whole. So do that too. Gary, you might want to go get yourself some homemade yogurt. And it's not that I'm making the yogurt, but you know what I mean. Anyway, the flax, the chia seeds, the fruit. What else? Okay, if you want to sweeten this, and I admit, sweeten it, use honey, or you can use, lately I've been using coconut sugar. You can also use, what's a nice one is maple syrup. So just a little bit, just enough to give it that little bit of more sweetness that you're looking for. If if you've got a sweet tooth and you want to be satisfied, you can sweeten it up that way. And, sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds. Ray we have been trying to get him on a diet where he eats to be anti-inflammatory, and we also read that pumpkin seeds are really good for prostate health. So raw pumpkin seeds, you really don't want them in salt or cooked or roasted or anything. It kind of, takes away from the healthy part of it. So coconut sugar is actually, it looks like brown sugar, and it comes from the coconut, and it's all natural. You can find it in any grocery store. Try it out. It tastes a lot like sugar. It's really good. I adore it. So check that out. It's a little bit healthier. I say a little bit because pretty much, all sugar is the devil. But I get it. Sometimes you need something sweet. So there are healthier ways of getting sugar, and through fruits and, things that are already sweet is really helpful too. Yeah, if you don't have teeth, I don't know, chia seeds, you don't really have to chew them, but I just love stuff like seeds and nuts. Got our a lot of people have the American flag, which I think now in the woke culture, they're now racist, right? Is that how it goes? So anyway, that is my homemade yogurt recipe that I just love. I think it's better if I don't zoom in. Now for my chia pudding recipe, I take a mango and I mash it up good. Like I use one of those garlic press things, but it's kind of big. It's like, what is it called? A potato ricer? Anyway, I mash up mangoes in it, or you could, use a blender or whatever. Just get that mango all mashy and don't let any of the juice get away. And then I mix in a couple teaspoons or tablespoons of chia seeds, along with some flax seeds, like I said, ground up flax seeds. And also I like to add in a half of banana, which is, there's no reason to add sugar to this recipe whatsoever. It's really good. You could even add that to the yogurt. So, you could really add anything to yogurt. And you can freeze it. You can have like ice cream like that. Because please, dear God, don't buy the Breyers anymore. Don't buy that ice cream that comes from those anarchist Ben and Jerry. You know about Ben and Jerry? They're like, let's just say they're not our friends. Did you know that the owner of, I want to say Dunkin' Donuts, wanted to pass down his company, and please tell me if I'm wrong about the company, but I believe it was Dunkin' Donuts, and he wanted to pass down, it was one of those donut companies, and he wanted to pass it down to his son, and his son said, I'm very impressed about your business acumen, Dad. You did a great job. You built a very profitable company. However, the profits you're making are off of people eating food that is unhealthy, making them fat and sick. And I don't want to be involved in that. So, no thanks. I don't want to take your company over. And his dad was like, oh, okay then. So he sold the company, and he and his son went into another business that was more health related. So I love that story. I wish I had the details on it. I think Gabor's told that to me. Might be people she knows, might not be. Who knows? Here is the slowest jet skier in the history of jet skis. But then again, looks like he's got a 2-year-old in his lap, so good for him for being safe. He is really going slowly. He must be terrified to have that baby on his lap, because if anything happens to her, oh my God, he'll never live it down. It reminds me of the time I took my 5-year-old cousin, oh gosh, which was it? I think it was Greg, when he was like 5, and I was skiing, and they wanted me to take Greg and put him on the chairlift, and he ended up falling off the chairlift. I was horrified. Then I found out that was a little trick he played on everybody, and he jumped off the chairlift many times. So he was a little stinker like that. Hi, Shirley. People having a lovely Sunday afternoon on their boats, tooling down the Intercoastal. And here comes the water taxi. If you've ever been to Fort Lauderdale, you got to take a ride on the water taxi. It's a good time. They sometimes have parties. They'll have like specials. You get drinks. You get food. Yeah, I don't think I would put a 2-year-old on a jet ski either, but that man certainly was trying his best to make it a safe experience. That's a mighty big boat for one dude. He looks lonely. And then you've got the party boat. Oh, he's all by himself. Looks like he's going to turn around for us. Where's he going? Oh, he lives here. Going into the canal. All by his lonesome. Yeah, Carmela, he didn't really get a clean medical report. I was trying to explain earlier. I got that one a little bit wrong. The good news is his cancer has not spread, but he does still have stage 4 cancer in his bone. It's in his spine. So prayers are needed, continued prayers. He does have some discomfort in his neck, and it's always there looming over us like a bad smell. Cancer. I lost both my parents to cancer, so I have a real hate relationship with the disease that has killed so many people I love. Friends, parents. But I will not let it win this time. No, I will not. Yeah, not spreading is a good thing. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I have actually, that's the only way we have mail, is through kind of a P.O. box. But I have an address, and I'll send you a direct message. And if you guys want to buy a book, remember 9/11's coming up. And I'm happy to sign all books. Makes a really thoughtful gift for a young person who doesn't know anything about 9/11. And would like to get some insight on what it was like to live through it, and then the first 15 years afterwards. So yeah, I will give you guys my new address in Florida's farm country. Muffin is sleeping right now. She got her hair done yesterday, and she just looks absolutely adorable. I'm going to post her picture. She is so precious, but every time she gets her hair done, like the next day's a sleepy day. The next day we have to recover because beauty, it's just so hard on us. So I will, Carolyn. It is a crazy the amount of money going through here. You got that right. Sometimes, and I'm surprised we haven't seen any really big boats, but some boats that go through, you're like, whoo-wee. Who owns a boat like that? She does not get tranquilized at the groomer. She does well at the groomer. She's always a good girl. She would not be a good girl for me, but she's always a good girl for the professionals. So she's been going to Lollypaws in Fort Lauderdale for several years, and actually was the first customer at Lollypaws, one of the first customers, and they love her there. I have recommended them to everybody. So oh yeah, they say a boat is like, open your wallet and just pour money into it. But it's fun to watch the boats. Oh, here comes a jet ski. This guy's like riding those waves. He's a little slow. Not much of a daredevil. Yeah, they get tired after they do something weird. And it was weird when I took her there. She normally, she knows her groomer. She loves, her name's Natalia, the owner. She loves her. And we walked in, and she on purpose, obviously just ignored Natalia. Just walked in and was like, wouldn't even look at her. It was weird. I don't know why she did that. Natalia's like, Muffin, what's up with you? Yeah, I don't have a P.O. box per se. My mailbox is out in with a whole bunch of other mailboxes, like in a little like post office area. We live in kind of like not a gated community, but it's a protected area. Let's just put it that way. So, but it's a regular address. Oh, and I was gonna say also, anybody buy a book, they will get a free peacock feather. The peacocks are dropping their feathers all over the place. It's so much fun. It's like being on an Easter egg hunt every day, finding peacock feathers here, there, and everywhere. And they're so beautiful. It is, it's humbling to see the art that God has made. Something so that's natural, that grows out of a bird, and the colors are so vivid. The golds in these feathers, they're like kissed with gold, kissed with sunshine. The blues are just brilliant turquoise blues that you could not hope to see in a rare gemstone, and it's on a feather, on a bird's feather. So I am just endlessly impressed with peacocks and their feathers. And they are very entertaining, funny birds to get to know. So I've got some new as the peafowl turn episodes coming up. And a really funny one that I'm not even going to tell you about because I want you to go see it. But suffice it to say, it was very surprising. I'm learning something new about peacocks every day. But if you order, like it was yesterday, a journalist file since 9/11 from jillbooks.com, please don't go to Amazon because screw Amazon. Just give an independent freelance journalist her due and just buy from my website would be really great. I take credit cards, all that stuff. Anyway, I will include a fresh peacock feather right off a peacock. They drop them right now. It's the time. I've been waiting for these days, and it is just so much fun to walk around the farm and find the feathers. Yeah, gas is rising. The price is rising. And it's very evident that, that money that they supposedly gave us in the stimulus is just going to compensate not even for prices going up, up, and up. I do not scare the peacocks because, I know them. I like wherever I am. I don't try to prefer one way of life to another. I try to appreciate wherever I am and be happy there. And if I'm at the beach, I'm super happy at the beach. If I'm on the farm, I'm super happy on the farm. I just try to be happy with whatever circumstance I find myself in. There's so many differences between the areas that I couldn't possibly compare them. Yeah, everything is so expensive. And this is where we start to realize that material goods are not really worth it in the long run. Again, it's your relationships. It's your connections with other people, raising children, watching a new generation, and trying to shield them from the harsh realities that there are people in this country who simply don't understand the value of freedom. They want to give their freedom up for some sense of security that they don't have. Because obsessing about dying and obsessing about getting sick and dying is not something that it's not productive. You're going to die. You may not get sick and die, you might just die. Who knows? But you're going to die. Oh, you're so welcome, Kathy. And I think we said in the video, we do plan to go to Miami, to Little Havana, and take you guys on a tour down there. Right now, there's a festival going on that is for POCs, as they say. And it gets really wild. I don't need to say any more. Just research it yourselves. Whatever. I forget what the festival is called, but it's in Miami, and it kind of spills into Fort Lauderdale. And I think this is the weekend for it, and it'll be over today or tomorrow or today. And things might go back to normal tomorrow, but going to Miami today didn't seem like the best idea, simply because this is a time of kind of craziness in Miami for a bunch of people there. But yes, it's called the Great Awakening, Christine. This is not the great reset that the New World Order wants it to be. It's the great awakening of people understanding that we are the world. We are the people. We are the ones. You know, they want us to believe that we need government to keep us safe and happy and healthy and wealthy. But that's BS. We need ourselves. We need each other. We're very, very powerful. We are so much more powerful than we know. And in my heart, I know that someday, pretty soon, hopefully pretty soon, but in the coming days, weeks, months ahead, I don't know when, but you guys are going to know how powerful you are. And you're going to say, that Jill, she told us we were more powerful than we ever imagined. She was right. You're going to see she was right. Paul, it's a fun time anywhere that I am. You know that. But you are more powerful than you know. You have more control over your life than you ever could imagine. And if you want to change your life, you are the person to do that. If you think, I don't want to live here anymore, then it's up to you to make the change. And change seems hard until you start to do it. And sometimes, boy, it can happen on a dime. You just never realize how quickly you can change your life once you get the nerve, get the gumption to do it. Oh, that coin shortage thing. Oh boy, Christine. I got a bunch of coins weighing down my purse. Every time Ray buys anything and he gets change and he puts it like next to the bed, and there's like always all this change all the time, and I'm like, that's money. So I take it and I buy things with it. So I'm, paying in like $7 worth of change. I always feel a little bit silly, like I'm, 10 years old and I've just ransacked my piggy bank. But hey, it's money, It's like, that's how then I got it for free in a way. Hey, Madeline. It's good to see you guys. We've been watching the traffic on the Intercoastal. These people are pretty loud. Okay, that's a party situation. Well, I'm going to say ciao for now. I've got to get some work done. I'm working on my book. So please say prayers for me and that I do not get distracted and I continue work. And I am going to hopefully come back on later. I can get to the beach if it doesn't rain. I'd like to go out walking after the sun gets down a little bit lower, since I need to stay out of the sun. So I'll let you know, and I'll come on and maybe we'll get to see the sunset. All right, you guys, have a great day. Enjoy this Sunday. Oh, and I wanted to just do a shout out to my little boy. Turned 25 years old yesterday. So it's crazy to think that I gave birth to this man 25 years ago. And I just wanted to acknowledge that I did that, because raising him wasn't easy. But I did it. And he's still alive. So that's pretty awesome. All right, you guys. Have a great Sunday afternoon. Enjoy your life. We'll see you later on the beach report. Ciao for now.